Anyone got anything they need to let me know before we start? Fear of spiders. Don't like ghosts. Anything?
I
I
mean, if
don't
we're
think
talking
any of
about,
my fears are gonna pop up in a D&D campaign. I think I'm fine.
as long as, everyone's not psychopaths.
Yeah.
Murder hoboing would be appreciated if nobody becomes a murder hobo. That is true.
Well,
And,
I'm just curious to why I
sexual
have.
assault is never okay for
Oh,
me.
sexual assault is never okay,
That's
but
a hard
I
line.
don't think that's something we have to worry about. If it is something we have to worry about, I'm concerned.
That's why I say unless you're psychopaths.
Yeah, unless
But
you're
you never know. It's our first session. We don't know each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's good.
I won't go into detail about what like the fear that I would immediately leave if it popped up is. I'm just gonna say it's tocophobia, and if you know what that is,
Mm.
you know what it is.
I know what it is.
You know what it is. And
Mhm.
you're the one person I'm not surprised that knows what it is.
I have no. I hope I managed to avoid it innocently and accidentally.
I
have
don't
no
I don't think you'll accidentally stumble upon it. I think you'll be
It'd be
fine.
it'd be kind of difficult to accidentally stumble upon it in a D&D game.
It would be weird if you stumbled upon it in a D&D game.
It would
Okay.
take
I think
a lot
Pathfinder is
of
more
work.
likely to fall into it though.
Depending on your political alignment.
I don't
That
know.
was a joke. I'm sorry.
I've just got to find out why I've got 3 copies of all of my basic attacks for some reason. I don't know how that happened. I've got like 3 daggers, 3 magic missiles, so many different things, and it's all just 3 of them, and I'm how?
Yeah, I do too. It like repeated everything. That's weird.
You said it was attacks that were being weird?
No, just on my character sheet. I'm assuming on his as well. If you go to where like the attacks are and like the name of it, like witch bolt, quarterstaff, dagger, it lists all of them and then it lists all of them again. I don't know why.
I'm not having that problem. Is it something so it's something that's on your sheets, I guess.
Yeah, it's on my sheet. Yeah, and I assume on his sheet is the same thing.
I'm not seeing it on your sheets.
That's weird. I don't think it's a
I
problem,
just
but
fixed mine up.
I mean, if you got a minute, you could
I
probably read
picked
over
some
the
spells
page.
that I think will be useful.
Yeah. It's an odd module. It's an odd
I don't even
module.
know how to delete those, and I'm afraid I'm gonna make it worse. So we'll just go with that.
Are we allowed to like say what our spells are? Because I know that some parties will consider like telling your party members what spells you have before you use them is considered metagaming. I've heard some people consider it that.
I
I've
don't
never.
really care.
Okay. I'm
I
hoping
feel
I'll
like
get to use some of these spells though. That'll be cool. Tasha's Caustic Brew. I'm curious how that'll work out if I ever get
It's a
to
good
use
one.
it. Yeah. It looked good when I like read the description.
So in my other game I play,
Yeah.
the DM gave me an item that has Odo's irresistible dance.
Love that spell.
Well, my character broke into a laboratory and stole hamsters. Just
Okay.
for the sole purpose so he can play hamster dance and have hamsters actually dance.
Love it.
Just for hamsters.
So legit, like, so anytime anytime I want to, I can. One of the perks, one of the things I have is that I have to use one spell slot, and depending on which level I use, is how many minutes the hamsters dance.
Mhm.
And then I have to roll a persuasion. It's pretty much a seduction check, charisma. I think it is. She has me roll, and if I roll above a 15, then the PC has to roll. We roll straight 20s, and whoever rolls higher. If I outroll the NPC, then they are just
Why not?
enthralled by the hamsters dancing, and they lose. They're like disengaged. They're no longer in the combat, and they're just watching the hamsters.
Y'all are lucky that I'm not playing like my usual build because I would be rolling for seduction if I could. If I or at least if I could do so effectively. I think it'd be funny.
I'm not trying to step on any toes here. Joe, are there any sort of like rules you want us to do as far as like speaking out of turn or something like that? I know a classic
Alright.
one is like giving each character about like a minute to 3 minutes of time to actually express themselves and then change to another person. I want to ask you
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to ask you to avoid talking when I'm reading a description or if I'm monologuing for a villain, because especially if I'm in a voice, because if you break me out of a voice, I'll never get it back. Um, um, and yeah, I mean, let's not talk over. Let someone finish. Um, and kind of don't make me make you roll initiative to talk.
Please. It's much more fun if we can just riff off of each other.
Right.
As long as we're
I
courteous
actually
about
had
it.
a group, a live play or a live in-person group that for a minute I had to make them roll initiative to talk because that they just wanted to talk over each other the whole time. It was really difficult to get anything done. All right, so we're about 7 minutes from our live point. So yeah. Other than that, I mean, you know, want to go with rule of cool. If there's an argument about how something works, I'll just make a quick. I'll give you like a minute to find it, but I'm just going to make a ruling, and then I'm going to look it up and have an absolute answer for it by the next game session. Um, just keep things going quick, and
Oh,
yeah, doing that, you know, we should be able to just kind of flow through without too many problems. I don't see any lack of creativity in this group, so it's
um,
pretty heavy role play module though. I mean,
Perfect.
if I may, I'm gonna post a link for everybody, and Joe, if you want to use it too. This
okay,
link is just a little quick reference guide for statuses, for conditions, what certain things will actually mean and do. I keep this bookmarked on my webpage so that way I can just easily check it out, see what all I can do. Like if I'm paralyzed, it's not like, so what does it mean if I'm paralyzed? You just look it up and it is rules as written, no matter what. These are official.
very nice.
We are live, FYI.
All right.
Okay.
So, well, ladies and gentlemen, and wild things of all varieties, welcome to Action Surge. This is our first session of Wilder Beyond Witchlight. I'm Joe Rose, your DM, and your cast will introduce themselves now.
Hi.
Do we know what order
Hi.
we want to do this time?
I'm Emily or M. You can call me M. I will be playing Camino Del Rio, who's starting off
Greg?
as a warlock. That could expand later. In fact, it will.
Okay. Move
Ash.
up the character list, Bruben, which
Hi.
is
Yes, Ruben Vrezio, played by yours truly. Quizzical.
all right. Up here to Revelor, Greg.
Hi, River. Played by Gregory. Go by Reveal.
All right. And then Catch.
Hi, yes. I am playing Biril Blount, a cleric, and my name is Cash.
And then Elwin.
Hi, I'm Eris. I'll be playing Elwyn tonight. I am playing a high elf artificer.
All right. So that's that. We're going to start um, with a couple people in odd spots. Ruben, you're really just going to pick up where your bio left off that you sent me, wandering through the fog. And the rest of you will have made your way to the town of Osbraven because you know that the Witchlight Carnival was to arrive on this day. Um, you've each made your own way and are now in the line or around the line to go into the carnival, um, awaiting your turn at the ticket booth. And move you here, which should put you there. Are we all now at the ticket booth thing?
Yes.
Yes.
And you have that control of your
Yes.
tokens?
Yes.
Yeah, I can move my
Alright.
token.
So I put a couple of you in the trees. I'm going to be working mostly out of the book because it's just easier for me at this time. Um, so you come out of the fog into this little clearing. Um, there's a little bit of low rolling mist. You can see the muted lights of the carnival and can hear the calliope through the mist. You see that a silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of a ticket booth at the very head of the line. It's surrounded by fluttering butterflies, and the booth is decorated with an animated depiction of a night sky, shooting stars arcing across it. An elderly goblin perches behind the ticket counter, peering at you quizzically through a spyglass. He lowers the spyglass, calling out, "Greetings, fair goers." Now, as he begins allowing people into the carnival, it takes moments. You see that an unusual pair come up out of the around the back of the ticket booth. One of them being a female tiefling, and the other being a rather large human male. They're detonated by don't. They're these two here. Um, you see that they bend over into the carnival thing and spend a little bit of time holding up the line. Something's passed to them from the old goblin, and they begin walking up and down the line. Um, Stopping in front of individual players as they come across them. Most of you are kind of in the back. Looking at these pieces of paper, they're kind of looking at everybody in the crowd, and as they come upon individuals, and it looks like Iris or Elwyn and Burrow will be the first two encountered. They're showing their picture and asked to step over to the side that the um, ticket keeper wishes to speak with them in private.
Talking to me first?
Yep, yep, to Elwyn, and well, this basically is happening to Elwyn and Barrow at the same time.
Okay. You would like me to stand aside, right? Um, I believe that won't be too much of an issue. And can I just move then?
Yeah, he just leads you over into the corner right about here,
Okay.
and then he just leaves you and he goes on to the next person. The female tiefling finds Burrow and again shows him a picture of him, a fairly well drawn picture of him, and asks him to come with her up over here that the ticket master wishes to speak with them directly.
You know, that seems like a very well-drawn picture. Do you mind if I get a copy of that?
You'd have to ask the ticket master, but it's possible.
Well, okay. You said he's looking for me over there?
Yeah, and she leads you off into the same general direction over here. About this time that Reuben manages to wander his way out of the mist, and he practically bumps into this large gentleman right here as he's
Oh.
stepping out of the woods. He happens to just look down in his papers, flips through, and looks up at you and goes, "Yeah, you were the easy one to find.
I was.
The ticket master would like to speak to you. Please follow me."
Are they associated with me by chance?
Well, all I have is your picture, sir.
Interesting, interesting. Very well.
He will lead you up into the corner here with the others. By this time, the female tiefling has worked her way down to Camino, who she doesn't need a picture of because she remembers her from a previous performance she had performed in the carnival at a
Oh,
previous
hey,
stop.
girl.
She greets you in whatever friendly way she does. I don't know if tieflings lock horns or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. They got him. Maybe.
I
Anyhow,
mean, I just go, "Hi, how's it going, girl?"
all right. Well, she waves back and smiles and says the ticket master would like to speak to you and directs you over next to the ticket booth.
Oh, sure. I'll go talk to him. You're very stoic today, but I see you're on the job, so I'll go talk to your boss.
So now these two here gather up and they're kind of looking around because they're still missing one guy on their little selection of papers there. Looking around. Well, I guess he ain't here. Starts wandering up, heads over a little bit. The female wanders along the tree line this way. And is suddenly startled by the arrival of the last missing person from her list. I'll show you the picture, Greg. Clearly you. Tells you the ticket master wishes to speak with you.
There's no doors, are there? I hate
And
doors. No doors, right?
not till you get to the hall of doors.
Oh, doors, stupid doors. All right,
It leads
all
you up.
right.
The ticket master is just this old, old goblin. He's got the big horn thing coming out of his ear he uses for hearing. The spyglass he's using is more like glasses than anything to him. And he looks at the young tiefling witch hand, uh, witch light hand, informs him that you're there. He hears out with kind of uncertain. Says, "Yes, sir, it's them." Like, it's them. It's them. All right, tell them to come here. And he invites you over. Pulls out a little box from under his thing and he opens it up and he hands each one of you a ticket. Says, "Benefactor has been expecting your arrival. Here you go. Head in."
One
All
second,
right.
my good man. Benefactor, and can I get a copy of that picture, please?
You say what? Picture? I'll take it. I don't need it no more.
Well, thank you. I can use it for my promotionals.
I walk up and grab my picture too and like fold and put it in my pocket and follow.
Owen takes his picture and just kind of puts it away in his pocket for now. No real intention to use it for anything.
Feeling a little left out, I'll use minor illusion to create a fake picture of myself.
Oh no,
Just
there's a
so
picture of you.
Oh, there is. I mean, she didn't have one since she knew me.
Yeah, she had one. She said she didn't need it.
Oh. Well, then I'll go ahead and take that. Why not?
Happily give it to you too. Especially since you're all putting them in your pocket, not throwing them on the ground. So you're led into the carnival. And I will provide you with a map of the carnival. But maybe I won't. I'll just move you to the map of the carnival. That'll be easy. You move into the map of the carnival. And now we're done. All right. Oh, this is a rough map. Only got it up so you can kind of take a look at it. I have another copy. Looking for the handout.
So, do any of y'all know who this benefactor might be?
No one comes to mind particularly.
I mean, I have my own benefactor. I don't know if that's who they're talking about. Could be. It's possible. I don't know.
Reveal
Actually,
is
very interesting.
Reveal shaking his head like No. I don't like this place. I want to get out.
So whimsical and bright and dramatic, and just look at all the color.
Well, it's certainly something.
How accurate were your portraits of yourselves?
How accurate were they, DM?
Oh, they're pretty good.
Mine was detailed.
I mean, I'll just hold mine up to my face, like next to my face, be like, I don't know, you tell me. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I feel like mine doesn't quite capture the essence of myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, believe me,
It
I
needs more
actually do
glitter?
I do know what you mean by that. It seems as though for some reason they pictured some sort of blank facade. Some odd striping on it. That's certainly not me. At least, I don't think it is.
I know what you're saying exactly. I've never seen my face this blank before. Not sure what to do.
They are rather dull.
Carnival ticket, which is good for 10 events. Oh. And there's sunset. It's night's clear, but there is a bank of fog surrounding the entirety of the carnival. As you're walking through, there's kids gathered, running back and forth, doing what kids do, and the people are doing their thing. And there's clowns, and there's all the music, fun things that happen in the carnival. Very close in front of you that is the noise coming from the flight that looks like up here. This big monstrosity over here is the big top. There's a carousel up here. All these little tents everywhere, just random carnival attractions. Many of them repeated over and over. This over here is a large teapot with bubbles coming off from it. There's also a pond or two at the north end of the carnival. And there's south end what appears to be a pair of rides. One mining cards and such and so forth. Fake boulders, I'm guessing that's probably a mine ride. The other attraction over here appears to be some form of racetrack or something because there's stands, all that good stuff. So you may wander around the carnival, you may go to particular places. Really don't have a lot of idea of who the benefactor could be. You, however, you know that you're just here for your own reason, except for one of you who has no idea why they're here. But that's okay. So, you can tell. Oh, as you get into the carnival, you are given a pair of butterfly wings, like paper butterfly wings. You're told you got to carry them at least, but you should wear them. All the workers are wearing them. You see a couple of grumpy old men carrying them, but most of the other guests are also wearing them. You may choose to wear them or just carry them. That is up to you.
What color are they right now?
They look like monarch wings.
Doesn't quite go with my color scheme. Someone just use prestidigitation to make them more like a blue and pink sort of iridescent butterfly wing, and then we'll put
I like it. Very good. Alright.
I don't know if they'll fit over my backpack, but I can try. And he just tries to get them on. They don't fit quite right because he doesn't want to take off his jacket or backpack or anything, but they get on there.
A little askew, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You want me to adjust those a little bit for you? I'm real good with a needle and thread. I could just loosen that a bit for you.
If you think you can, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, I'm sure I can do something. Can I use my proficiency in Weaver's uh, tools to adjust the straps on his wings and add a little embellishment?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
First roll of the game.
Character sheets.
Hey Joe, while
Yes.
while they're rolling, would you mind pausing the music? It's apparently very hard to hear us talk with the music on the screen.
I just have
Head
it
up to
muted.
Head up to the settings tab,
I don't know
audio
why.
and video, and there's master music volume.
I found
All right, sorry.
Well,
It
The roll-
automatically rolled with advantage, which I don't have, but the first one was a 25.
Oh, well.
the second
think
one
you're
was a
able-
23 anyway, so you're probably
that's
fine.
Yeah.
fine. All right, so you're getting the wings along, and you hear some kids start to cheer, and they're laughing, and you look and you see this rather unusual sight as a description. Small tree like creature comes wandering up. There's ribbons, 12-foot tall walking tree, garland and golden ribbons marches down the thoroughfare. Emerald clouds swirl above the tree and rain down golden spinning sycamore seeds. Fairgoers try to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. As the seeds gently fall, a chatty squirrel scampers along the boughs of the tree, handing dandelions to select passerby. As it's wandering by, I will have you each roll me an 8-sided die.
I did die. How How do I do that?
/RD8 or /R1D8.
Where you can click the dice in the top left corner and select the D8.
Some of us
Oh,
don't
there
have
it
a
is. There it is.
dice
I was like, I
top
don't
left
know where
corner.
that is. Okay. A 1.
Incidentally, Bruben looks like he's putting his butterfly wings on backwards. At least for the moment.
And I will
So-
give the wings back to Elwyn and help him get them on. But they do have some extra embellishment now. It'll match your color scheme, but like some bright flowers are like embroidered into the straps of the wings now to make it a little extra.
I notice everyone else putting their wings on, and I shrug and strap them on my back.
So,
Uh,
so it's-
Thank
Here's
you
a quick-
very much. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Camino del Rio. And what was your name?
I am Elwyn.
Elwyn. The wings are very becoming, and I knew you needed the extra detail, you know.
Uh, well, thank you.
Absolutely. If anyone needs mending or some extra embellishments or new clothes, you come to me.
Incidentally, DM, those you said that the tree was passing like little sycamore seeds down to the ground.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
All right. Bruben's going to, if possible, can you do a quick mage hand to try and catch one?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just need the 8-sider rolls from everybody who tries to catch them. All right. And then I'm just gonna go down in order as they're rolled. Cass, your guy catches the seed, and as it lands in his hand, it turns into a piece of gold, as in a single gold piece. Liz, the one you catch, turns into it turns into a little bit of luck. Sometime between now and dawn, you can, if you make an ability check, you can roll an additional die 4 and add it to that roll.
How whimsical.
Rag, you also get that ability to add an additional die 4. Iris, yours turns into a gold piece as well. You know, finds herself suddenly easily amused until dawn.
I mean, I feel like that's not much different than normal, but yeah.
All right, well, that's great. That's great. So the squirrel's chittering around. The tree ant gives you, it's dropping these seeds, and kind of just wanders around the corner and off into the way. You see a couple of workers, tightening the straps on this tent right here. Um, Kids are playing games. Where would you like to wander?
We have
First, I'd
no
like to.
idea who our benefactor is or where they might be.
Well, you seem to be slightly familiar with the area. At least the one of the patrons at the beginning seemed to know you. Perhaps
Oh,
you
yeah.
perhaps you are our guide for this little misadventure.
Do I have any idea who might be the benefactor
Well, I
and where to
mean,
go?
no, I mean, the might be inclined to think it has something to do with your patron, but you
That
would
was
think
my
that if they
thought.
were going to give you a ticket, they would just gave you a ticket and sent you on your way, right? So,
Right.
and you can't think of anybody from your previous performance here that you had performed in the Big Top a few months ago. So you're kind of at a loss like everyone else. Um, Maybe you uh wander around, check out some games or something, get an idea while you're goofing.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I have one thought, but it seems a little unlikely. Um, I mean, the big top is, the big thing, and there's always good performances in there, so it's not a terrible place to start. Or if you just want to, you know, mess around, screw around on the games, can't hurt. Maybe if we just screw around for a while, then the patron will get a little upset or something, the benefactor, and then they'll send someone to come get us,
They can't really be upset with us if we have no idea who they are. We would have
Well,
nowhere
the
pretty much
Fae are weird.
That is true.
The
Well,
Fae.
that you would,
Uh,
Camino, you would know that the Big Top Extravaganza happens around midnight, about
Okay.
4 hours into the carnival, and then at the end of at dawn they crown the monarch of the carnival, and both of them are kind of big events that take place in the Big Top. Um, and like that would be where you'd probably have performed in the past was during that event at the Big Top Extravaganza.
All
Um,
right.
you would know that the staff area is behind the Big Top, and there's a lost and found just up around the corner from the ticket booth. But um, otherwise, it's just the little attractions where they lie.
All right. I'll sort of pass it on. Be like, I mean, we don't want to get to the big top too early. You want to be there at a fashionable time, and they're not starting till like midnight. So we could just fuck around until then.
I wonder, are are we all? Is the benefactor for each of us the same person, or could it possibly be that we were each the recipient from a different benefactor? I mean, could be.
Tickets were all pulled from one
hmm.
box.
It would seem that we are all that the benefactor wants all of us. I don't see why we would be brought together otherwise. But
I
but
mean,
it is just as possible that we are here for separate people.
that's fair. I mean, I have been to a carnival or two in my time, and there is such a thing as will call. So, I mean,
Hmm.
it's possible, but who knows?
Reveal kind of like reaches his hand between Brill and Elwyn. Goes, guys, I just need to get my 3 inches back. My pants keep dragging. It's not fun. You don't know
You're
how often I have to wash my darn pants. It's
you're
like,
you're 3 inches in your pants. Sure, you definitely want to get that back.
What?
no, I'm short 3 inches. Look, see, you don't see any
You're
footprints when
missing
I walk.
3 inches. That's quite unfortunate.
Ruben ends up walking over, putting a hand on Ravel's shoulder and says,
I understand exactly what you mean.
It happens to the best of us.
I want to like try to pull his hand off because it looks like it's detachable.
You know what? Pull his hand off.
Yes, I want to try to pull
You
his
know, if
hand.
you just want
It
to
looks
get Freddy into
detachable.
your back, I can see if I can make something for that. I don't know if you need to go to a carnival for that.
Or I like stilts or a lift. You know, I know lots of male performers that use lifts because they don't want people to know that they're short.
There's no shame in it.
I'm
No.
curious as to how much these games cost. Perhaps we can find something a little bit more fun to play around with.
Yes.
I mean, there's yeah, I agree. We
In
got some
my-
time.
Wait, in my general idea, I have no idea who the benefactor is, nor their relationship to me in any way, shape, or form. So if they know of me, then they obviously know where to find me. I think the rest of you should take that precaution in mind as well.
Ruben, does your hand come off? It looks like it comes off. Can it come off?
What are you talking about? My hand is just as normal as yours.
I want to pull on it.
Um,
It looks
may
like
I,
a
actually?
humanoid hand.
Uh,
Almost look.
go ahead.
Uh, we haven't really explained what our characters look like. Bruben
No.
himself looks
No,
to
we
be a average-sized humanoid with a very ornate-looking mask on his face.
Okay. Elwyn is a tall. I don't know what average height is. Tall-ish high elf. Dressed mostly in neutral colors. Very more function over form in terms of outfit. Uh, Big bulky backpack, and very, very much looks like a high elf. Pale as hell. Long like blonde hair. You see that in a lot of art. That kind of thing. And general demeanor is reserved. Reserved,
that-
maybe a little timid. Who knows?
See, that's exactly why Camino thought you needed a little extra flair to your look. Camino is with her heels about 7 feet tall,
Oh, dear.
about 6'5" without her heels. But she's got her heels on. And violet pink skin, tiefling with bright blue curly hair with a white streak. Very well dressed, like looks like performance wear. You know, corseted, vinyl, iridescent, shiny things. She'll probably change that a lot.
Birol is about 5'6". He's a little short, and he's kind of ashen skin. He's wearing very very comfortable robes. He's got this long wavy black hair, and he just generally goes around with a very positive expression on his face.
All right.
Reveler is dressed in full black leathers, like black as black can be. It looks like sunlight just disappears. Like he looks like a void. If you look at his face, underneath the mask and the glasses, you can kind of see like a tan skin and this like dark gray kind of looks like a mist for his hair, not like his hair color. And all his weapons are fully blacked out. So pretty much you just see this black arm with these two, with like a spear and a quarterstaff coming out of his shoulders, and he just looks fully blacked out. You can't really tell his mouth, or you can't tell any facial features really off of him right now.
Is that everyone?
I believe so.
Right. So you're kind of wandering along, the group of you. You wander up past this area here. There's this stand, and standing on top of the stand is a little blue-haired goblin. And he's yelling out, "See the world's largest banana! We got the biggest apple ever grown right here. One ticket, you can punch in your ticket, you can have a taste."
Hmm. I mean, that sounds exciting.
I'll pass. Tell me what you think of it if you try it.
Oh, I'll try it.
I'll be
Okay.
passing as well.
You do that a lot, don't you?
Yes, it's a panic response.
It's unsettling.
Fair enough. A little
should be.
nerve-wracking, but nothing too out of the ordinary, I suppose.
If you say so.
All right, so Camino and Ruben are using the ticket to try the large fruit.
Yeah.
Bruben is not. Bruben is staying away
Ruben-
from this.
Camino is.
Just Camino. Gotta keep track of who spends their tickets and how. You can buy more tickets or 8
Oh,
silver.
it's okay.
But
Like
it's
we only have
10
one ticket. It's not a punch in the
well,
ticket.
yeah,
It's like
10,
full ticket.
10 punches on your ticket, and then if you run out of punches, you have to buy another ticket
Okay.
to do it. But as long as you got the ticket, you're legitimately allowed in the carnival, and you can do the other stuff like the big top and all that. And you can be able to do any rides or
Going to
um,
imagine going to a carnival, eating an apple, and getting kicked out because that was your one ticket.
right,
Right.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll bite the apple.
Okay. Well, take a big bite out of this apple, and I mean it's a big juicy apple and got juice running down your face. It's good. It's really sweet. And as you step back, you notice that the bite you take just kind of heals itself away.
Use prestidigitation to get the sticky off my face. Cause no. I mean,
Wonder,
yeah, it was a good apple.
I wonder if the
Juicy.
piece that you bit off is going to grow into a full apple in your stomach now.
I mean, it's not usually how that kind of thing works.
If it
But who
is,
knows?
take notes. Hmm. Well, I don't think any of us plan to follow in your footsteps there. Would we like to move on?
Wallapee's right here. Big Top's directly ahead
Do
of
we go
you.
check out the
And
games?
there's carousels to the north. To the south is this large teapot with the bubbles coming out of it. Um, Everyone give me a perception check.
Hmm.
Okay.
Open.
18.
Nice perception check.
16. Why are they all automatically?
Um,
You
if
need to
you're
go
on
onto
your
your
file sheet,
character sheet. Sorry.
Uh,
yeah,
oh,
go ahead.
On your character sheet, when you open it up, you'll see where it says core bio spells and then the gear.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Click on the gear. Almost
Okay.
immediately underneath the gear, you'll see where it says roll queries. You click on
Okay.
where it says always roll advantage, and you'll get advantage toggle.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah. That way you can
Got
turn
it.
it on
Okay.
or off as you need to.
Well, I rolled a 5, so
My first roll was a 16.
As you're wandering away from this fruit booth and you're heading towards where was you going?
I
Sorry.
didn't decide. I mean, carousel would
Bruben
be
was
kind of
looking
nice.
for games, looking for
Yeah.
prizes, little trinkets,
These
memoirs.
tents down here are a number of little odd games. Um, as are these ones up here. Oh, it's coming off.
I
As
think
you're
I like
wandering,
tea.
Tea and games. One fell swoop.
like it. Why don't you guys head that way? As you're wandering that way, though, you get the distinct impression you're being watched. Maybe just
Elwyn is on his guard.
well, I mean, there is a lot of the carnival hands around, and they are kind of out looking around. But yeah, so you get up over into this area here, and you see that these are some small little games. This is a large teapot. It's like 20 feet high, and there's a line of people going into it, and out of the bubbles, the spout are bubbles with people inside the bubble kind of floating around in the carnival.
Oh, gotta
Um,
do that.
Now, just beyond that, you see that there's a strange little area over here with a sign that says Pixie Kingdom,
Which area?
uh, right over here next to the,
Ah,
the
there
yep.
we go.
And then down to the south, you can hear the mine carts from the mine ride, the mystery mine going off. But here you are at the
Where do the bubbles go? If anyone here knows, I would like to know before considering getting on.
Well, they seem to float around the carnival. You see people kind of. You ever see that wall at the beach that people are in pushing it around? They seem to
No.
be doing that inside the bubbles. Then
They
every once in a while,
control
a
it.
bubble pops,
I can
and a
always
person will
pop
kind
it
of
for you.
Hmm.
Yeah. None of them seem to leave the confines of the carnival, though.
And then there's a
Oh.
pixie village. But the bubbles. Oh my god, I gotta be in a bubble. I gotta be Glenda. I gotta go. I gotta do it.
Yeah, so
Wait,
let's go through a
do we know if
description
it's
of
safe?
bubble pop.
And Owen was like trying to like stop her so they can like consider this first.
Let's give a description real quick here. A 20-foot tall teapot rests on a wooden platform. Its painted surface whirling with moving imagery of flying dragons breathing streams of bubbles. A door at the base of the teapot allows entry to the interior. Those who enter emerge from the spout encased in a bubble that attaches to float off across the carnival. 7 goblins sit around the platform sipping tea from mismatched porcelain cups and allowing individuals who are in the line to get in.
All right.
Um,
I'm going up. I know someone's trying to stop me. I'm gonna try to not be stopped. But at the same time, I'm pulling out of my bag one of those like tool skirts that you can like tie around another skirt so it creates like a tool train. It's big and glittery, and it's like I gotta live out this fantasy to get this big skirt thing going before I get in the bubble.
I'm just standing there shaking my head, and under my breath I mutter, "Against stupidity, the gods themselves contend in vain."
so as Camino's gathering her wits around herself to prepare for this bubble ride, you hear a crier over this little tent right here going, "Ring toss! Land a ring on El Mirage! Win a prize! Ring toss!"
Um,
Ooh.
is anyone gonna
Um,
try it?
I mean, I'm going straight for the bubbles.
Ruben's
bubbles.
exploring.
I am
What's it?
still trying to stop her from going for the bubbles.
Should it
I
be
am-
like
Oh.
a contested
Yeah, I
thing?
guess let's go with a. How about a? How about a contested dexterity roll? Doesn't
Can
have to
I
be
Okay.
over.
use acrobatics?
I will allow it.
Fantastic. Oh,
I'll
I did
do
not roll well.
acrobatics just to, I guess, go along with that.
All right.
I did better.
You managed.
I was distracted by my skirt.
Yeah, you managed to keep her distracted momentarily from the bubbles, and didn't manage to get a word or two in edgewise at that point.
What?
Camino, we don't know where this goes. Do you know if it's safe?
It's a carnival. It's
No,
just a ride. It's not gonna like take you
I
anywhere untoward.
No, but this is also the Fae we're dealing with here.
Oh, I deal
We
with them
don't
all the
know.
time.
I have dealt with them in the past. They're not. They aren't exactly kind all the time.
Oh, they like me.
At least don't do it alone, okay?
Oh, you want to come with me?
That's not exactly what I was saying, but
We can. Oh, we can get you all gussied up too, and we can both live out that like good witch fantasy where you're just like
I
floating around in a bubble.
I don't know if that's necessary.
You want a wig? You want some makeup? I can do you all up.
That would take a lot of time, wouldn't it? And a lot of effort on your part.
Oh, I mean, I can do it pretty quick. I could just, how can I do this? I mean, a wig, I can just throw it on your head. And as she's pulling out a wig to throw on your head. And then I got another one of these skirts I can just wrap it around your waist. She's doing it if you're not stopping her.
I think I look fine. I don't need to look all fancy for a bubble ride that we don't know where it goes.
But that's part of the fantasy.
I will sneak up to them and I will give Camino a hug from the side, just like side hug, trying to pin her arms.
Give me a stealth roll.
Got
Hey,
it.
Eris, how
Do I
does
do a
that
perception?
Eris, how does
Yeah.
that foot
15.
taste?
Oh man, I'm
It
rolling
feels
so bad.
terrible.
I do not notice.
Oh man.
Um, that is very sweet. You could have just asked for a hug.
No, no, no.
I'm gonna
It's
take a
okay.
step
It's okay. Elwin, I think you should walk away now. It's
I'm gonna
okay.
try like
It's okay.
slowly like walking back, trying to like not get her attention.
My eyes are on you for sure.
I'm gonna
Hi. Wait, who walked up to me to help?
I did. Reveal walked up
Reveal.
and gave Camino a hug,
Um,
pinning her arms. More like, I kind of
You,
got her waist and like her
listen, how
wrist.
about you go with her? See how that goes.
What was
I'll
that?
just,
You broke
I'll
up a
just
little bit.
pop.
I was like, Reveal, that was your name, right? Would you like to go with her instead?
I'll just pop the bubble.
That's not part of the fantasy.
But
You're
that's
you're
so much
missing the
fun
point here.
to
I'm
pop the
trying to like get
bubble.
all the shit that she put
You
on
just,
me
you
off.
just, you guys just gotta pop the bubble. You just go you get in the bubble, and you go up and you go pop, and it goes boom, and you go
Well, then
wee.
you can
in
get
the
in your own
air.
bubble and live your own bubble fantasy of popping a bubble and falling out of it, but that's not my bubble fantasy, and I'm going to live my bubble fantasy.
If
Well,
you
what happens
pop
if I
it in
pop your
midair,
bubble?
you'll fall, and that could possibly hurt.
I'll be fine.
Perception checks.
I'll be
Hmm?
fine.
Perception checks.
Perception
check.
checks.
Okay.
Perception. Hey, that's
Okay.
good.
I need to
You
stop
just-
closing my character sheet.
This
A
kid
12.
had kind of snuck past you guys and went in and got his
I got
opportunity to ride.
21.
And his bubble just is going up, up, and up. And I mean, it's up there where it's starting to look small, and it pops. And this kid just kind of floats down on this little glittery, golden like dust till he lands safely and goes running off, giggling away.
See, it'll be fine.
And that was his bubble fantasy, and that's your bubble fantasy, and that is beautiful. So you go live that bubble fantasy. Sounds fun, but I want to fly around in a bubble first.
Well, what
That's
happens if
my
I pop
fantasy.
Your bubble.
Leave my bubble
So-
alone.
Who wants
I
to
thought,
spend a
but
ticket?
I could just pop your
Punch on a
bubble.
bubble.
I'm getting on a bubble by myself. I don't want any poppage.
All right. Anyone else gonna take a bubble ride?
I just wanted to try a game.
No, no bubble ride. We'll let her bubble ride.
All right. So
How much can I pay you to pop her bubble?
Um,
And she'd just go from being Glinda to Mary Poppins.
hey, at
wanna
least
try
Elwyn
this,
survived.
El Mirage ring toss game here?
Yeah, I'll try it out.
All right.
I'm gonna wander over behind and kind of watch, but I'm had a bad experience with El Mirage, so we're just gonna stand off at a distance.
Yeah,
I'm just
so,
gonna watch the bubble.
this game involves tossing rings over the horn of a wooden statue of an Almirage, which is a small rabbit type creature with a unicorn horn. The little Almirage statuette teleports around the tabletop, making it a little hard to store stuff. You get 3 rings for a punch of your ticket, and you get a 2 successful tosses, you get a carnival prize.
Okay.
These are dexterity checks.
I would like to walk over and look at the rings and then look at the horn. So do perception checks on both to see if the rings will actually go over the horn or not.
Go ahead and make 1 perception check, so you'll be required.
Got it.
Reuben is actually going to be talking to the goblin for a moment.
17.
Yeah, absolutely. They would easily fit over if the damn thing would sit still long enough to toss them on it. What would you like to say to the goblin?
Such a fascinating area. It seems as though that magic runs rampant here. Would that be because of the Fey employee?
The Fae everywhere. Their magic permeates the carnival and makes things fun, eh?
Interesting. Reuben hands up a ticket. I'd be most willing to try.
All right. I need three dexterity checks.
All right. Ruben's going to toss one ring, see what happens.
Ring goes flying out. El Mirage is right there. It's just inches away, centimeters away. El Mirage teleports to another spot on the table.
Fantastic. I must ask you a question, if I may be so bold. Would it be fair to
Uh,
say that every employee here and your employers are also among the Fae?
Hmm, not everyone. Some, yeah. Me? No. I'm a goblin.
Hmm.
You toss the second ring, and first it feels like it's gonna go wildly out of way, but then that little mirage does its little flicker and it teleports, lands right up underneath your ring, bounces around, makes a nice little ching. Goblin's like, "Oh, good throw, one more, you get the prize."
Well, I'll just try the third one to be safe. And you should bear in mind, goblins are among the Fae. Your origins put you in the same league as the elves.
Press holler.
Do I hear that?
Oh, where are you?
Like
Mm,
right behind him.
yeah, I would say you probably hear that. Do that roll though. Yeah, this third one just kind of falls wild.
Serves you right
One,
for saying the fair, same as goblins.
It's true. The goblins are a Fae race.
so is able to move around in this bubble almost exclusively, however, chooses because it seems to be fairly easy to control. The only limit is you can't really leave the carnival grounds with the bubble.
Oh,
You
that
like try to
that's
direct
fine.
it towards the edges, it'll just kind of wander away from the edge.
Yeah, I'm just fully living out my good witch fantasy here. I'm using like prestidigitation in my bubble to like have like glitter floating around, and I'm like doing little, as much as I can in my little bubble, little dance performances as my like Glenda self, and trying to get like kids' attention and anyone that wants to watch a tall tiefling in a tulle skirt and glitter performing in a bubble.
I'm sure a lot of people would like to see that.
I know I would.
It is a spectacle to behold.
Right?
It is acted so much something. At one point, you look down and notice a small group of children pointing up and laughing. They find this like quite humorous.
I mean,
All right.
I'll lean into it and perform for the children.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
All right, I can do that. How do I reopen this? Okay, there it is. Performance. God, not rolling very well. 12.
Not too bad. All right, so they laugh and enjoy themselves. What is Beryl doing?
Beryl is still watching the Almirage toss, and I've kind of figured out by this point that it's not a real Almirage, even though it is teleporting around and moving kind of randomly. Have I been able to figure out a pattern to the movements yet?
Not really. It does seem to be fairly random. Um, only thing you do know is that as long as no rings are in anyone's hands, it sits perfectly still.
Interesting. Okay. Is there a food cart nearby?
There is a food cart nearby, the apple cart. Actually, there's a north of here. There's an entire area designated for eating, but over here there is a guy selling candied apples and sugared cotton.
I'd like to walk over there while the group is entertaining themselves.
Okay, okay. Um, and then Ellen, what are you doing at this point?
Ellen is still just like watching Camino, just making sure that she doesn't like get hurt. Like sh- she reached out to him, and now he feels like some need to like make sure she's okay. Um, so he's just like watching, kind of like trying to like follow around and stay in the general area of the bubble to make sure that like she doesn't hurt herself or that the bubble doesn't pop and cause a problem.
Well, she seems to be having the time of her life. Reveal, what are you doing?
I saw Drill walk away, and I see Owen kind of just fall in the bubble, and I choose to kind of just come off into this little darker area and kind of just kick back and relax, like right here.
As you're sitting there, a couple workers wander by, hear one of them mumbling something to the other one about the outrageous increase in uh, people sneaking into the carnival. Um, the other one's like, it always happens. They'll figure it out sooner or later. They wander past. You got, uh, still floating around in a bubble. Everyone else is watching. Ruben, what are you doing now? You've
I was just
lost
waiting
some
to figure out
workers?
what the prize was.
Oh, you only got one ring. You got to get two out of the
Ah,
three.
all right, no problem. Ruben sort of nods his head to the goblin and tries to check out the next stall, see if there's any games in it. Just kind of exploring.
Okay. You wandered
Um,
to the next stall, and it does have a game. This one is a rather unusual game. Um, the um, sign above it says, "Count the feathers on the cockatrice." Um,
ooh.
Guess the
Y-
feathers on the cockatrice. My bad. Uh, and you see that there's what appears to be cockatrice, some sort, in a cage. Uh, Pretty mangy looking. And the old man running the fraction says, retries for a ticket punch, and you could win a prize. You can guess the numbers on the cockatrice feathers.
3 tries. Well, it's all for fun, isn't it?
It
Ruben
is.
offers his ticket.
All right. And then I'm going to just need you to make an intelligence check.
Interesting.
Nice.
Whatever the first number you spout off happens to be
4,732,
is
approximately.
exactly correct. Then you are granted a prize.
Sorry, I do have some strange knowledge of these creatures. It seems as though that I've been studying many forms of biological life at some point or another, both mythical and evolutionary.
Oh, here's my thing. Here it is.
Oh, by the way, pluck one of the feathers. That way you know that no matter what I say, it won't be right again. I have no reason to try and bamboozle anyone here.
Oh, where is it? So you need to roll a die,
All right.
and is it die 8? Who's that? There it is. You rolled an 8. Nice. Your prize is an hourglass without sand in it. Oh wait, my bad. Wrong side. Wizard hand puppet.
Ooh, how delightful!
As an action, you can twiddle the puppet's arms and gain the benefit of a detect magic spell. Got 3 uses.
Very, very interesting, and not at all a metaphor.
All right. Ravel, what are you doing now? Chilling still?
I will get up and I will walk over to this green tent right here.
Green tent? This green tent is an unusual little tent offering up another copy of the El Mirage game. This one ran by an Exarch. Would you like to play? Punch a ticket, 3 rings. Find them on the El Mirage twice. You get the prize unlike anything you've ever dreamed of.
What are they asking for?
I'll kind of I'll shuffle to my right to the
All
blue
right.
tent.
To the right, you see there's a that's got a rope kind of sectioning it off in the front instead of the regular stall front. And the little goblin here is sitting on a stool, and behind him is a huge friggin' cyclops just sitting there with his legs crossed, kind of looking down at. And the goblin says, "Play the game, stare on the cyclops. Now, last time you'll win a prize. Got a frightening stare there. I'm sure you're the one who can defeat him."
Sure, I'll try it.
Are you gonna give it a shot then?
Yes, I will.
All right, so it's 3 dexterity checks. So you toss the first one. I swear that ring's gonna slide right on top. Just as you can see the tip of the horn through the top of the ring, and the El Mirage teleports. Second one isn't even close. The third one, again, he teleports just as the ring's about to hit. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Elwin, are you still concentrating on
Yes.
double?
Yes. He is.
Okay. And Bureau?
I would like to speak to the proprietor of the booth or the food booth.
Okay. Um, kind of just kicking back. Almost looks like he might be half asleep. I have to get his attention.
Sir, ma'am,
Oh,
whomever.
yes, yes. Can I help you? Candied apples.
Okay, just
How
candied
much
apples.
sugar?
So,
Sorry.
a candied apple
Oh,
actually sounds
yeah,
really good. How
candied
much?
sugar.
I'm sorry, what was that?
This is actually just a regular booth. He charges a silver for a caramel apple and a silver for the sugared cotton, which is just cotton candy.
Interesting. Okay. I'll take a caramel apple if you don't mind. and I'm waiting on a friend here. They're fairly influential here. Have you has any special visitors arrived lately?
Oh, there's new visitors all the time, every day. We're a carnival. Everyone's a visitor.
Well, I'm not actually sure. I've never met them.
Mm. You haven't met them, you say?
No,
Maybe.
all I know is that they allowed me a passage inside this carnival, and I was hoping you might be able to point me in their direction so that I might thank them.
Mm. But now, where to look? I've been tending this stall for 30 years now. No one's ever paid someone's way in.
Hmm. And no thoughts as to who it might be?
Ah, no, sir. I can't say I have any thoughts of who it might be.
Oh well, I will. I guess I'll just go ahead and eat that caramel apple. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. So, by about this time, Camino's bubble's starting to get a little bit on the shaky side. Um,
Go ahead and pop it so I can have the glitter and float down and,
pretty
like,
much pick your landing spot because of the magic of the situation. So, where are you gonna pop it at?
um, I mean, I'll come back to where everyone is sort of gathered in that same area and just pop myself down right here.
So we will take a short break, 10 minutes,
Okay.
and I will allow you to stretch, use the restroom, whatever you may need, and we'll come back and we'll pick up with Camino landing in her glittery shower in the bubble.
Sounds good.
All
All
right,
right.
we'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Hey Joe, uh, we can't go off live, correct?
I know we can't.
Okay, so just to note to all of our viewers out there, we cannot go off live, and so feel free to enjoy staring at the map or at the screen, as there's not a map this time. I apologize.
Okay.
I am going to have the most fun with this puppet.
It sucks that it only has 3 uses, but I mean, you can have fun with the puppet without the magic, I guess.
I wanted to be a hand puppet.
Oh goodness.
Oh man, we could get animate object for you.
I already have the ability to get that.
Oh, nice. Well, then you need to get animate object, and you can put on a puppet show. Have multiple of them.
You're not thinking the same thing that I am.
I know, but it would be fun for me.
I know. Oh. I now have even more of a reason to do something later on. And it's all because of this stupid puppet now. Oh. It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. Oh. Well, I would say, is there anything that we could do in between time so that way folks could still have some sort of entertainment of some kind?
I mean, we could probably interact as characters. Have a little conversation.
I was going to try and find terrible D&D puns and jokes for right now.
Ooh, that would be good too.
That would be very good.
That's what I'm saying. Just something to kind of pass the time, you know? Let's see.
Tell us more. The chat says, tell us more about your characters or just role play.
Okay. So just. Well, I might be a jokester. You don't know that.
So a little about Reveal. He is 110, so he's young for an elf, just hit adulthood. He is actually a hired assassin, hired killer. So you heard about the 3 inches Pretty much, something happened a long time ago, and he lost 3 inches of his height. So he was originally 6 foot even. Um, Out of spite, he never decided to hem his pants. So pretty much, whenever he walks around, instead of having footprints, he has essentially two trails that you can either say look like branches that swept the ground, or like snake paths that follow him. And you guys also heard about doors, how he hates doors. Um, for him, he has to knock on a door before he goes through the door or opens the door. Um, so
Which
as you
is
can
terrible
imagine,
for an assassin.
as a hired killer, as a hired assassin, not the greatest,
It's
but
spooky though.
there's never any proof of who it was because there's no footprint.
What are we doing?
Talking a little
They-
bit about our characters.
I don't know how much I can say about Elwyn other than, yeah, I don't really know, honestly.
Owen's a high elf and I'm a shadow fae. We hate each other.
Fair enough. I don't even know if our characters have really interacted at this point.
The only thing I did was hug Camilo to for you to walk away.
Which was a helpful thing, so like, not very a really hateful action.
Well, I guess it would be more of the shadow fae hate the high elves, just like almost every elf race, because the high elves think they're better than everybody, just according to the lore and stuff.
Fair enough.
We might not hate each other,
We might
but
be fine.
as a culture of elves, there's uh not anonymity, it's
Yeah.
that.
I suppose if I were to say some things about Elwyn as a character that I could say here, he had a mentor that he does not talk about. He no longer has that mentor. Um he I guess like it's been kind of obvious with Camino, but he gets attached to some people very easily, some people not as easily. Um and probably I guess I mentioned his clothes are very function over form, very much does not care about his own appearance in terms of clothing, but like his clothing is very simple, but everything else about him he tries to keep up that sort of beautiful high elf type deal as like a thing related to heritage and stuff. It's just like a pressure that he feels like he needs to keep up, despite his clothes kind of acting against it.
Well, as far as Reuben's appearance, effectively, these old rags, I just found them and threw them on. Reuben is a wizard, in case anyone was wondering. Some folks may say he's a sorcerer, but there is a very distinct difference between sorcerer and wizard. Does anyone want to guess what it is?
A wizard learns their magic, correct? Correct?
That's
I'm still
correct,
figuring out
but
Elwyn's voice.
sorcerers can learn magic as well. The main difference between a wizard and a sorcerer is class.
My head hurts now.
Yeah, same.
If I could throw something 3 states, I would.
Hmm.
Birul is an interesting character. He's positive all the time, very upbeat, and his mentor is still alive somewhere. Um, but Beryl constantly brings out these little sayings whenever performing some sort of action or inaction. Every choice has its ups and downs, and he tries to weigh them as carefully as he can. Uh, he looks very similar to a dark elf, but he is probably not.
And as I mentioned earlier, Elwyn is an artificer, machinery stuff.
Oh yes, I'm a Biryl's a cleric.
Okay.
A very comfortable cleric. Very fashionable, comfy clothing.
It's sharp contrast to Elwyn.
The only good thing I know about clerics is one of their favorite beverages.
What's
Don't you
one of their
say it.
favorite beverages?
Well, personally, I've never exactly heard of the brew, but they keep on calling it divinity.
I hate to bring it to you. I don't think that's
fantastic.
a beverage.
Yeah, divinity is more of a dessert, but you do you. It's fine. Oh, these puns are killing me.
I'm trying to think of an artificer pun and I can't. I want to get payback, but dumb.
Well, if they are killing you, at least you know that there will always be some form of love in your life. I mean, after all, we do have necromancers.
I'm gonna fucking die.
um, Characters aside, we also have other things. Myself, Quizzical, also known as Quentin. I am, well, I do a lot of D&D playing. I am also um, kind of a forever DM, but I mean, you know what they say about a DM that always seizes the opportunity to host D&D? They're a carpe diem.
No.
Trying to shoot the sun.
Quentin, question. Would you rather have arms for legs or legs for arms?
I don't know.
Well, I'd rather have arms for legs, hands down.
Very
I'm
good.
trying to think of an artificer pun involving like steam, because they were a lot of steampunk stuff, and so I'm trying to think of like a steamy pun for artificers, but it's nothing is working.
Well, I can understand. Artificer puns are quite difficult. I mean, to me, it just gets me steamed.
Quentin.
Hmm.
Why does
Puns
armor
I'm thinking of
leather
just boil down to threats, and so
why does leather armor make you better at sneaking?
I know, but I want someone else to answer.
because it can help you hide.
No, because it's made of hide. Goodness.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at freezing, but I know exactly what you were doing.
Incidentally, how do you know when there's a paladin in the party?
They'll tell you.
There you go.
Oh man.
So I actually have a question. Cash, does Beryl wear chainmail?
No, yes, maybe. Let me look. No, he does not.
Huh. I figured cleric would be interested in chainmail since it's holy armor.
Okay, I remembered a joke that I heard, and it's like it is a dad joke, but it's a longer one, and so it doesn't work within the pun framework you've been using. Do you want to hear the longer joke? That it's a bad joke, but it fits with it is the same quality of the stuff you've been saying.
Yes.
On Bring Your Kid to Work Day, a father brings his son into the office, and after about half an hour, the son starts crying, and the whole office gathers around the child. When the dad asks what's wrong, the kid looks up at his father and says, "Where are all the clowns you say you work with?" And that's the best one I can think of because it's on the same level of quality that you've been saying. Or all the clowns you say you work with. That's the best I got right now, and that's all you're getting.
Hey, Joe, I've just been punishing my fellow players.
I've noticed.
Can,
I'm
can
in
I be
agony.
can I be leveled up real fast to like 14?
Hey, can we like bump my level up to like 20 so I can be a god and smite Quentin?
Can we just give?
Want advantage
How about
on-
you just give me the spell silence and I can just cast it on him?
Give me the spell wish, and I will just wish
Wish?
for Quentin's brain to be thrown into the void. It'll be gone, and we will be
Oh.
free.
All of those would work.
I'm in danger.
Yes, you are.
Might be part of you're in danger.
When I reach level 3, I will have a gun, and you will be in danger.
I'm level 1 and I'm already a gun.
I'll have a better gun.
Fair
A
enough.
wife, we just ate. Why are you making pancakes? Me, they're for the dogs. Wife, why are you making pancakes for the dogs?
Because they can't make
They
them
don't know
themselves.
how.
They don't
Yes.
know how. One day in the underworld, Persephone is crying as she pets Cerberus. Hades asks her what's wrong, and her response is, I don't have enough hands.
So we all know what kobolds look like in art, right?
Yes.
But kobolds in lore are minions.
Totally.
You know, this is supposed to be a fairly chill stream. We should put a little warning on there. This is not gonna be good for people. We don't want to drive anybody to do something drastic with these
All I
cards.
know is that there is a particular spell that I want to be able to learn at some point. I think it will help the rest of the party. It will allow me to create a lot of good food. It'll basically be able to keep us healthy for a long time. Can you guess which spell it is?
Fireball.
No. It makes food.
It's always Firewall.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, a nice charred corpse. Yeah.
It's cast iron.
Wrong, I choose cannibalism.
All right, are we all back?
Yes.
I believe so.
Let's return to the game then.
Remember,
shall we?
folks, when your party keeps making bad puns, choose cannibalism.
That has been our word for our local lizard folk.
All right. So, the party watches their esteemed former friend Camino gently float down in a shower of golden glitter as she pops her bubble
She's
right about center wise where you guys are sitting.
she's 100% doing the Glenda thing as she comes down in her bubble with the waves and the wand and the exactly that performance.
Perfect.
Question real fast.
Yes.
Can I cast light on a stone on the ground to act like a spotlight to highlight her as she comes down to the ground? And help out with the illusion?
Absolutely may.
Absolutely, I'm gonna do that.
I love it.
So one more time, I'm gonna ask for one more performance check.
Okay.
You know,
Performance. 21.
9. Right. The small children. Yes, yes. The small children giggle and laugh. Over here we have Vel, who is preparing to scare off the cockatrice. See if you can win a prize. You're gonna burn a ticket for that, Shelby? Val,
Yeah.
you gonna burn a ticket?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's see.
What do I need to roll?
You need a Constitution check for this.
Constitution.
Mm.
Oh my.
Constitution. Let's see what I rolled.
Ooh.
No.
Oof.
Yes. Perfect.
You're staring at the Cyclops and looking at that big old eye, and you blink. And the little oh, I forgot the name of it. The little holler hawker for the booth laughs and punches your ticket and says, "You want to try again?"
Nah.
All right.
Do
You don't want to go over to the others?
do I notice him doing his little staring contest?
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I would like to notice it as well, if that's all right, because I intend to be walking across this way anyway.
I'm too focused on Camino.
19. for
I'm
the
too focused on my
perception.
performance.
I think you see it. I
Too
think
focused
you
on
guys
making
see
sure
that
she's
what's going on. You guys, your interest is drawn to the shrill voice of the little talker over there. Of the yeah, and I
I-
looked this word up. Got it already. There's actually a word for the carnival workers, like the ones that run the prizes,
Witchlight
the,
hands,
the game.
isn't it?
No, there was a
Real life
there's a like
word.
carnival term.
They're
Carney?
carnies.
Yeah, no.
He's talking specifically the ones that work the booths. Carnies are all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yep.
Just the ones that I know a guy used to do it. He told me what. And I looked it back up, and then I forgot. But it's not important. It don't matter.
As Brute is.
So
Sorry.
you guys do see he's over there involving himself in some games
Agents.
and
Agents are persons, people working the games.
yes, there you go.
I was going to say Barkers, but still, yeah.
Yeah.
Archers are the ones that are yelling for like to pull you into the spot.
Very much. Pretty much. I don't know. Has
Good
Brute been.
agent's a good barker. I don't know. I'm not a carny.
As Ruben walks
yeah, so
past. Sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to say, as Ruben walks past Camino, there's a sudden burst, almost like a firework sparkler going off behind her.
Fabulous.
Little prestidigitation.
Can always use more effects.
Third shot of that freaking spell already. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys are gonna go over there and see what's going on with this Barker and the Cyclops then?
Mhm.
Well, I wanted to tap Reveal on the shoulder and say, I think you should try that one again.
Sure. Why not?
So you gonna go spend another ticket?
Sure. I'll do it.
All right. Another
Constitution.
Constitution check.
I'm trying to send this over. Hold up.
Hold on. Okay.
Because as soon as he tries to do it, I would like to use one of my racial abilities.
Okay.
And I can't figure out where it is on my Roll20 sheet. Basically, as soon as he starts a staring contest, I'm going to trigger my necrotic shroud.
Okay. Which
Uh,
does what?
I take it back. It's a 3rd level thing. Never mind. I can't do anything.
I get.
You just
said-
convinced him to spend another ticket for no
I
reason.
I did.
So I rolled a 16 in total because I used the D4. 16.
Oh, all right. So you roll your 16. So you're staring at this Cyclops. You stare at this Cyclops, and you realize you're staring through the Cyclops. When you realize you're kind of staring through the Cyclops flames, and you win your prize. You only needed a 14. So, roll me a die.
I got a 4
So the
again.
little carnival hawker guy reaches underneath the little stand thing he's got. He pulls out a bottle of wine.
Ooh.
It's got the carnival logo on the label, Witchlight wine. And hands it over to you and says, "You did a good job and you won the prize. Here you go." And you get a corkered bottle of Witchlight wine.
What's the alcohol content of this?
I don't know. Would you like to uncork it and smell it to see if you can determine?
They should have it on the label, or the carney should know.
Absolutely not. The label's not on it, and the carney says, "I don't even know what that means."
It means how quickly will it get me drunk?
Well, I don't know. Might be grape juice for all I know.
I'm gonna pop it and smell it.
The moment you pop this, smell it, it starts playing music. It sounds just like the Calliope out front, and it's obnoxiously loud from the bottom. But it smells really good.
I close it and I smile underneath my mask and I pull my mask down for the smile to show, and I turn around and look at everybody else.
See, I told you should try it again. You know, an opportunity missed is an opportunity wasted.
Yeah, yeah, I'm exactly sure that's how it goes.
So, Ellen, what are you doing?
I am seeing Camino just like sink down, do her last little bit of performance, and like once it looks like she's done and everything's kind of clear, he just walks up to her and goes like, "That was something."
Was everything I could have hoped for. Are you sure you don't want a wig and a dress and some makeup and go in the bubble? It's amazing.
I think I'm all right. I've never really been one for being the center of attention.
Aw. I feel like I just need to take you under my wing. You're just like this little lost lamb.
Um, I don't think that's necessary. I think I'm fine how I am.
Oh, we're gonna be best of friends. You just
Uh,
wait.
Sure. It looks like everyone else is over there doing something. Should we join them again?
Sure. See what kind of games they're getting into over there, and
And it's
Can we
as you
hear like the carnival music from the bottle?
and you turn to look and decide to start walking that way. You see three jugglers on unicycles come rolling up.
oh,
They
Oh,
stop in front of the party, the boys. They
the boy.
circle a few times while juggling, and then they get off the unicycles, which magically just disappear in a spark of purple smoke, and start dancing a weird little jig, and then motioning at the characters to join.
oh. You don't have to ask me twice to dance. I will dance the house down boots.
All right. Anyone
Owen
else?
is once again just kind of watching from the side, just like, okay.
Birul is going to go around and find small pebbles and cast light on them and shine them towards the dancers like little spotlights, creating a stage.
Okay.
Reveal is going to, as that's happening, get in the darkest place and kind of just sit there over here.
Ellen, what are you doing as they break into spontaneous dance and magical spotlights are being shined around?
Cautiously following along, but like trying to avoid the spotlight. Like sticking in the area, not wanting to be watched, I guess.
Now, as I'm dancing, I'll use some prestidigitation as well to like have like sparkles come out of my hands as I do like a big move with them.
I'll also maybe get some food because Elwyn and Camino have not actually gotten anything to eat at this point. I
Well, I
don't
had a
think
bite
the
of that
Holly
apple.
will have gotten anything to eat. Huh? Oh, you had the apple, yeah.
Mhm.
Elwyn will get something to eat at least.
There's a
If
couple
there's
little
any
food
stands
around. You
nearby.
can buy food for like a silver. Most of it's junk food, but if
Oh,
you search hard
cool.
enough in this area, you can probably find some sausages for a couple silver.
Okay. I'll go to where I can do that then. It's
Okay.
here, right?
Yeah, that's a fine spot for it.
Okay.
So um, the jugglers can finish their dance and wave at everyone who joined in with them, and they mysteriously pull their unicycles out of thin air and hop back on them and
Hmm.
ride off, juggling away and giggling. This is immediately followed by a group of clapping children who apparently were sitting over here watching the whole thing and found it quite funny.
Um, could Brevin try and identify what the unicyclers, jugglers, dancers were?
Um, sure, give me an intelligence check. Um,
If you need to do a GM whisper or something like that, that's fine. I'm just asking.
as far as you can tell, they were just humans in grease paint.
Okay.
Um, do I see Elwyn buying sausage? Buying sausages?
You can actually, yeah, you'd be able to see that. It's pretty obvious.
Don't forget to buy the 3 inches that reveals missing.
Oh,
Um,
that was good. Oh,
if
I
I
see
find
you. I
that,
see
I
you.
will be sure to get them for him. And I'm gonna make a comment to the person selling me the sausages and like, can I get like one that's a certain size to mess with my friend?
The typical kind of guy you expect to see behind a hot, greasy sausage frying device. Really skinny, really tall, really big nose, really bushy eyebrows.
All right.
Looks down at you and says, "Think I'm had making them back here last?" Oh, wait, you're the lad
Lad.
female.
You could just, would you be able to just cut one down to size? If not, that's all right. You don't have to go out of your way too much.
Oh, you want a smaller? Takes a knife, chops one down, throws it at you,
Um,
turns around.
thank you.
Kind of think you hear him chuckle as he goes back to his grill.
Okay. And I was gonna walk over and be like, so you were saying 3 inches, right? Just hand it.
It appears someone left it on the grill a little bit too long, but it should still work.
It's a little shriveled and a little bent in a weird way, but it'll work.
Wow.
Now,
You set yourself up for this when you phrased it as him missing 3 inches.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
grabbing his pants.
yeah. Grabbing his pants and saying, "I just need my 3 inches back."
You kind of set yourself up for this.
what is revealed to
He steps up into the tree
Okay.
and attempts to hide himself.
Attempts to hide himself.
Yes, in the tree at night in full
Give me
black
a
leather.
check.
Are you hiding from us?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Can I perform a perception check to find him and throw the 3 inch sausage at him?
Hey, you may attempt.
I
Hey,
may attempt. Okay.
Can I help
What
by
check would
turning
that
one
be?
of? Sorry.
Oh,
hold on.
oh,
What?
wait, it's a perception to find him, right?
Yes,
At disadvantage.
at
Can
disadvantage.
can I help by turning one of the lighted rocks toward the tree?
That will put it back at regular roll.
Okay. Okay. Uh, dirty 20.
All right, so you clearly see the very faint outline of the reveal.
I'm gonna just like walk over and look up at him, just be like, I'm just gonna like wave it up at him. I think I remember you mentioning that you're missing 3 inches. Do you think that this will do?
I want to do a perception check to see if it's actually 3 inches or not.
Okay, you make that perception check. As you're making that perception check, a family walks by and a small girl says to the mother, "Mother, what is this person talking about?" The mother grabs the child's ears and quickly starts brushing them away.
And that
The father,
20.
horrified, looks at you.
Reveal
Yeah,
knows.
yeah. Yeah. You think he cut it a little long?
It's
You
actually
need
5.
so as that happens, as like the parents are saying that, I yell down, "You need to learn what 3 inches actually is, and quit lying about the length."
Maybe I'm just a little bit underconfident in myself, but I believe this is 3 inches. You know, maybe I'm a little short-sighted, you know?
Might need some glasses.
Says your windows over here. All you gotta do is get the rings on the other eyes. 2 of them.
Rings on what now?
Oh, the El Mirage.
Oh, the
Oh, right, right, right,
Ambrosian.
right.
Yeah, this guy over here is trying to get another ticket.
The ring toss rabbit.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
ring toss on the rabbit.
I mean, I was in a bubble. I didn't even know about the ring toss. I mean, I heard it, but the bubble was more important. But now that I'm here, yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll do the ring toss.
The ring toss is a great game. I mean, it's a table, and you're standing behind it, and you're handed 3 rings. As soon as you pick up the 3 rings, the little wooden statue of the El Mirage, which is a rabbit with a unicorn horn, starts to occasionally teleport a little puff of purple smoke around the table. And you just make a dexterity check to try to hit it.
All right, first one, 14.
That one does not
All
hit
right.
the little thing. It hits the edge of the um the little edge of the horn and bounces right off.
Yes. All right. I'll try. I got 2 more tries, right?
Yes, you do.
16.
Ooh, that one hits that ring and it starts to spin. And it starts to spin right around that top of that ring. You know, like basketball goes around the hoop. You're not
Mm-hmm.
really sure if it's going or not. And you wait and you wait, and it just kind of slides down that ring after just a couple seconds.
Yeah.
One more.
All right. One more. Oh, no, no, no. I spent it all on that second one.
Yeah, you did. So this time that ring is wandering over there. It almost just hits that little rabbit and a poof of purple smoke and it's gone. The
Ugh.
other end of the table.
Yeah, wily little thing, aren't you? Just hop, hop, hop. But I got the one.
Like, yes.
Do I have to roll anything else?
No, unless you want to spend another punch.
Oh, no, you
Right.
got to get 2 of them to get the prize. Damn. All
Gotta
right.
get you.
I won't do another one. I will go over to reveal. And I see he's a little embarrassed. I mean, like, so here's the secret to getting red. You just gotta let it roll off your back, like water off a duck's back, and then you just read them on back. You know, if you read someone as they're trying to read you, it totally throws them off their game.
How long does that sausage look to you?
Um, can I discern how long that sausage looks?
Give me a perception check. I'll even let you have advantage on it.
And
Perception.
percentage,
How do
the
I
actual-
toggle advantage now that it's not advantage?
You go up to the top and you can toggle. You can just click where it says advantage and then normal and then
Ah,
disadvantage.
there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And for context, we
Thank you.
do have the actual length now.
Perception.
It is 5, but Elwood is claiming that it's 3.
Yeah. 19.
Yeah, you're absolutely convinced it's at least 5 inches.
Yeah, I mean, normally men tend to say something is longer than it actually is, but in this case, he's saying it's shorter than it actually is, which is very unusual.
Is it? I was. I think I need to check something.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
you-
I need
you-
some glasses.
And you're supposed to be the smart one of our race. Oh goodness.
I might be smart. That doesn't mean I'm not blind.
Two separate things for sure.
Well, I mean, if it is, then wouldn't that be an improvement? I don't see why he would turn it down.
It would be. And Reveal, here's your opportunity to just read on back. Just throw something on back. Like whisper to him.
I'm in a tree, so he can hear you too. Just
He's in a
FYI.
Yeah, it's a
He's in
stage
tree,
whisper.
I'm just yelling at him, waving this like half sausage up at him.
I proceed to take a second pair of glasses out of my backpack and I throw them at you and go, catch!
He catches them like stumbling a little bit and just puts them on and is like, oh, wait, this is
I
actually
think
a
you have
lot
to hit armor
clearer.
class 10 to catch them. I think you need to hit armor class 10 to catch them.
Oh, do I need to roll for
I'm
that?
gonna roll.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Oh, what am I rolling?
You're just gonna roll a 20-sided and add your proficiency and your dexterity to it.
Oh, so just a dex check then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
For dex
this
save?
DC 10 dex check will
Oh,
count, I
nice.
guess. There you go. Good enough. You catch it.
Okay, I catch them, like, put them on, just like, oh, actually, that is a lot clearer.
Now, as you catch these glasses, you guys all notice large bluish dragonfly just comes buzzing through the carnival grounds, swings in between the tree and you, flies out between them a couple tents and kind of disappears. But I mean, it was big. This thing was bigger than the sausage you guys are arguing over for certain.
Oh,
Oh, that,
so Elwin, how big was that firefly?
well, it was bigger than this, and if we're saying it's 5, then 7 inches for the dragonfly?
How close is
The
Check.
glasses
Approximately?
probably didn't help.
I don't exactly have a ruler.
he? Just checking. But Reveal, that was a good start. Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna have to
Where did these
update
dragonflies
Elwin,
go?
Take it.
I'm gonna have to update Elwin's character image with glasses now.
Ruben's just wanting to do the Cyclops stare.
Yeah. You want to do the Cyclops scare, do you? That's just a Constitution check. I mean, you go ahead and do that. I'll completely allow it. Give me a ticket though.
Give him a
As I
ticket.
see him doing that, I'm going to sprint over to him. I'm gonna misty step out of the tree, and I'm
Okay.
gonna land right next to him.
Okay.
And then as he goes to stare, I'm gonna hold his eyelids open for him. There's nothing in the
enough-
rules that say you can't do that.
Weirdly enough, Ruben doesn't seem to have eyelids.
I was just gonna say, does Ruben even have eyelids?
It's an interesting looking mask. So
Can Ruben even be affected by like Constitution stuff?
Guess we'll
For
find
the
out.
purposes of the game, yeah, actually. So go ahead and make your Constitution check. Oh, look at that. So you stare at this thing. You just, I stare, and then this big old ugly eye kind of stare right through. And
can I do
Guys,
something to just as a thing? Would it be all right?
Yeah, sure.
Looking dead at the Cyclops and just saying, "Do you know what's 9 feet long, has 6 legs, and flies?"
Cyclops is staring at you. It's staring at you, and as you finish that sentence, it blinks, and then just starts staring at you again. Of course,
Three dead halflings.
the the hand guy, the little goblin guy, laughs at your little joke and congratulates you on staring down a Cyclops. You can roll an 8-sider. Yeah. He hands you a stuffed toy spider.
Aw.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you. I'll trade you the bottle of wine for that.
He tells you if you pet this spider, it'll give you the benefits of a spider climb spell, but then it'll disappear.
Oh.
Oh.
Never mind. I'll keep my wine.
The spider disappears, or just the effect? I
Spider
like the little
disappears.
creature. Oh, darn
Be a
it.
real shame to use it and then it's gone.
You use it, you lose it.
Hmm.
It is quite adorable.
Little guy.
Anyone else want to start the Cyclops? I've got more prizes.
I have an idea.
Sure.
So everyone's gonna walk up to the Cyclops and be like, "I believe I'll give it a go." And then he takes off the glasses that have now helped him see, and he just stares. I don't know if him being able to see properly is going to affect this, but let's see.
I'm gonna grab his eyelids and open them up even more and go.
You're gonna do it again.
Yes.
Okay. And it's a Constitution, right?
Yes.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Oh, I'm
I'm
just
holding open her eyes.
okay. So it's a
He's just gonna take
13 with advantage.
a +2 instead of advantage, so
Oh.
that would
So
give
15.
15.
So 15 on that first roll. Okay.
Apparently the sight of him holding your eyeballs or your eyelids open is discouraging enough to the Cyclops that it blinks, and the goblin is no fair, you cheated, you made my Cyclops blink by cheating.
You never said that there could be no assistance,
I don't
goblin.
see any. I don't see any signs saying that it's against the rules.
You want signs, do you? Take your prize. Roll an 8-sider.
Okay. 5.
Yeah, reaches under his thing and he pulls out what looks like a unicorn horn, throws it at you. It rattles a little bit as he throws it. When you make a DC 10 dexterity check to catch it.
Well,
Right.
sorry.
Roll me a 6-sider, please. Okay. So you it just barely slips out of your hand.
Oh,
Hits the ground. The top rattles off a little bit, and a couple little pieces of candy falls out of it.
oh.
But it doesn't seem to be damaged, other than losing a couple hard candies.
Oh, I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. What do you do with the candies that fell?
I'll pick them up but hold them separately and just kind of, I don't know.
5-second rule, and I grab them out of her hand and pop them in my mouth.
I was about to press to digitate them, but that's
You're eating dirty
you
candy,
do
I
you,
guess.
woo.
Right, all right. The little goblin tells you you're welcome. Something switches over from calling you a cheater to just being utterly polite,
Okay.
and asks if anyone else would like to try his game.
So you didn't like the holding open of the eyelids. Is there Do you have any
No
other
more
rules we should know about?
no cheating, no
Well,
magic,
no magic.
no holding eyeballs,
No
nothing.
eyeballs.
Just gotta stare with your own two peepers, eh?
Mm, yeah, I think I'll pass on this one.
Would it be cheating if we poked his eyeball before we had the staring contest? Would that be cheating?
You ask him that.
Yes.
That'd be cheating. What do you think? Of course that's cheating.
Well, we
This
did
guy was
before the
ultimate.
contest. The contest hadn't started yet. We did before and just irritated the eye. So technically, it wasn't during the contest.
Goblin just kind of scowls at you for a minute.
I don't think he's happy with you on that one.
Sorry.
Then he
To be
reaches
fair, I
up and
didn't
pulls
ask
it
for the
apart.
assistance.
No, I mean
Little
about the
shut on this
question.
thing.
Ah,
His
sorry.
little boots got some nice little shuttered close signs. Slams down.
See, he's
I
had
walk
enough.
up and knock on the door. And then I open it.
It's not a door, it's a shutter.
I still knock on it, and then I open it, and I go, "That was rude."
I don't.
So she-
I don't think we want to pester the carnival workers too much.
I agree. Once the doors are closed, that means the performance is over, and what they do backstage is their own business.
But I knocked. I have to knock before I open it. So I knocked and then I opened it. It's okay.
That doesn't
Okay.
make
I'm
it
not gonna
okay.
kill him. Goodness, there's no
That
contract
also
on
doesn't
him.
make it
You wouldn't.
okay.
And you can go ahead and make a strength check to push open this shutter that fell down from the top of the thing. I mean, 'cause it's like, you know, big, like 4 foot wide, 3 foot tall wooden shutter that you released from the top of the.
17.
Ooh, yes, you managed to push it open. It's quite dark in here, and you see the goblins back in the corner rocking back and forth, back and forth. You don't see the Cyclops anywhere. The goblin back there rocking, like he's really irritated or something. You hear him mumbling under his breath, but you can't make out anything he's saying.
Well, he's just rude, and I slam it shut and I walk away.
All right. Well, now you've shut down one stall. What would you like to do now?
Let's go shut down another one, guys. That was fun. Let's go do it again.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, I mean, that's really taking
Um,
away the fun. If
But
like all
it
the
was
fun gets shut down, where did those dragonflies go?
I have no idea. I wasn't watching. Um, I have an idea. It is evening, and if there are things happening later in the night, now might be a good time for us to get a proper meal before any actual shows.
Oh yeah, the carnivals tend to have some really fun foods. Do I know
There is
where the food is
or-
from being here before?
Eastern Orchard is up to the north behind the carousel.
Behind the carousel. All right. Yeah, we got to go past the carousel, and that's where you're gonna find all the fun carnival foods. So yeah, I think that's a great idea.
All right. Lead the way then.
All right, I will do so. Boop, boop, boop.
And Joe, just as a question, since we brought up the glasses thing, can I add like small objects to the my character's inventory, just like something that would kind of already acted as glasses in some way, just to justify him not bumping into shit all the time?
Stop right.
Stop right here.
You guys go ahead and right. Yep. Go ahead and catch everybody up.
'Kay.
Right about here, and a trio of brownies comes flying by, and they announce that the second hour of the carnival has begun. Um, Loudly, they're shouting in unison. The second hour of the carnival has begun. The second hour of the carnival has begun. 2 more hours to the big top extravaganza. They just passing through. Mind you, there's people everywhere milling about. Um, can I have perception checks from everybody in the party, please?
Perception.
Unnerving as always.
Me.
Oh,
A 7. Woo!
a dirty 20.
Yeah, nice. All right, so Alan, you was gonna ask me something before I interrupted to stop the party. What was you saying? Something about something in your inventory?
I was just gonna add, like, possibly, like, it's because we added the sight thing, I guess. Possibly like prescription goggles for like when he's working on stuff, just to make sure that justifying why he isn't injured from working on things.
We'll just say yeah, he's got a pair of goggles that he uses.
He's
Cool.
got a mono lens, a single
Yeah,
like one of the
Not
mono
like those
lenses that
big
roll up.
steampunk goggles that he wears.
Yeah, the steampunk goggles.
Now, I see like he has
Yeah.
like a mono lens, so like the old like bankers had.
He has like
Yeah,
the
So that's
fucking
what he put it on when
Cyclops
he
from
worked.
X-Men, just like that thing, the head visor thing.
plus steampunk.
More
Steampunk
steampunk
Cyclops.
visor. Nice. I've seen that
All right.
cosplayed before.
Yeah, you will also, Ellen, really get the distinct impression someone's watching you in this
Yeah.
area. And looking around, you see this dark shadow dart behind that wagon right there. That you're next.
Ellen's gonna like walk up to Camino and say, I'll tell the rest of the group when we get our food, but I feel like we should be on our guard. Um,
Why?
I think something's watching us.
Hmm. I, I mean, if you say so, I haven't. I haven't. Did you see anything? Did you?
There, that cart, the one that we just passed, seems to. I don't know, just a feeling. I guess.
Maybe you're just hungry. Let's get you some food, and maybe it'll all feel better
Maybe.
after food.
Yeah, maybe I'm just paranoid.
Well, let's find out. Get you food. If you still feel that way, you're not just paranoid.
All right.
As you're crossing the bridge, you'll see that there's these giant swans with like gondolas on their back, kind of floating lazily around the water, down the river, and so forth. And you get up over here around the corner to where the actual uh, feasting orchard is. And this is because okay. Music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scents of flowers, mead, and berry pie wave through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees, musicians drum, pipe, and strum, and everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. Oh,
Of custard?
I remember this from another Witchlight game that I played.
I was like, I just wanted to make sure I heard that right.
It is custard.
Fabulous.
mustard.
Mustard?
No, custard. I've
Custard.
I've played a Witchlight game before. I know exactly what this is.
Well, you hope so. I changed a few things.
Oh, you changed it? Okay.
I changed a few things.
Okay.
Not necessarily this, but maybe this.
Okay.
There is a cake eating contest going on in this area, and there's a number of bards and whatnot, musicians around. And sitting at one end under a tree is a bard playing a lute who has a large white frog sitting in her lap. Um, yeah, you may get food, drink, or involve yourself in a cake eating contest.
I
All
will
of these
not
are options.
will not be doing that. I'll be getting food and drink and observing the bard with the frogs performance. Whatever that is.
I'll probably get some. I'll be getting some food. It was my idea.
Okay, so you can easily acquire uh, a hearty meal for 3 silver of various sorts, whether you choose to have a stew or soup or a leg of lamb or something. but all the fare is good and inexpensive and large portions.
I would
All
like to see if they
right.
have any vegetarian options.
Um, well, there's plenty of fruit and vegetables around. There's tables, like these center tables have big bowls of fruits and vegetables. The tents are actually where food is prepared and can be bought. They just charge you 3 silver when you step in, and let you, the drinks themselves, though they charge a silver a piece for.
Sounds good.
All
So is there like a person standing at the gate charging?
Yes, absolutely.
I'd like to flip that person 3 silver and walk up to that center table.
Perfect. Um, and mm, yeah, so you guys gather up, get yourself some food, find a table.
Where's the bard with the frog?
I think the bard with the frog is supposed to be sitting under between these two trees right here.
All right. Then I'll come up here to eat and drink.
Could
Alright.
oh, where the heck am I?
Oh,
Are
we
you on the
lost you.
bridge?
Oh, I got moved up. Yeah. I was gonna try and have Ruben do the bubbles, to be honest. You said that they couldn't move outside the park, correct?
No, they won't leave the park.
Alright. Would it be
Uh,
possible for Ruben to get inside one of the bubbles then?
you can absolutely spend a ticket shot and do a bubble.
Yeah.
Bet at the carnival again, though.
Um, Ruben's going, if it all possible, because, well, I'm not going to reveal too much, but if at all possible, Ruben's going to get into the bubble, and seeing everybody starting to head out, Ruben's going to try and go fairly decently high in the bubble, heading towards that way, but he's going to be looking down a little bit. Would
Okay.
it be possible to see if there's, well, you'd said before that we all have a sense that somebody's watching us, right?
Yes.
I want to be able to see if I could see from above, if I could find anyone that's stalking the rest of the group, or even myself.
Well, you see that there's an awful lot of carnival hands around. And they're clearly watching everybody. But you know, the that feeling of like being watched, that you guys have been suffering, mhm, getting up here really doesn't reveal anything that, you know, sinister watching. I mean, there's built walkers and kids and all kinds of things. There's a bunch of kids over here playing in the stone circle, without having no problems, laughing and giggling and all that. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, it's nothing sinister at all comes
All
to
right,
the eye shop.
all right.
Where would you like to pop the bubble
Probably going to pop nearby where everyone else is. I guess
at?
going to the bridge. I guess it didn't matter at all.
All right. Um, I think we'll stop here and we'll pick up next session with a conversation and a meal in the um, feasting orchard.
All right.
So,
Sounds good.
thank you all for playing. I hope you all had fun.
Yeah, good first session,
I did.
y'all.
Um, my first time DMing Roll 20, it was a little bit tough for me. I have books and notes and all that though, so that helped.
Yeah, well, I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
I'm
know
glad.
Roll20 is its own beast.
Oh yeah,
It is different. It is different.
it's a learning
Yeah, with
curve for sure.
absolutely. With my main group, we have a catchphrase, which is fucking layers. Because it's you always the layers.
Goodness. The layers. Yeah. That
Fucking layers.
so. All right. I'm gonna look. I know that.
Good job.
Yeah, it's fun, guys.
Good session all around.
Yeah, looking forward to getting to know all your characters more.
Yeah, I